Morning Juice. Sports, insight, and great storytelling. Starring Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
And that is what we will do. Tito, Bobby Carpenter, Bodie Wells with you here on Labor Day. T.I. once said someone was so lazy they could not get work on Labor Day. Hope you're tuning in from home and not at work or on your way to work today. Special day today, Bob. You got to talk in a kind of a staticky voice because we're going to be on the AM side on Fan 2, 1460 AM from 1 to 3 p.m. And we play our show every Monday through Friday. That starts today.
Starting tomorrow because
Yes.
the Reds play this afternoon at those hours.
Huh.
So
Okay. Changes things up a
get
little
that
bit,
started
doesn't it?
tomorrow.
Okay.
That's why Bodie's here, to keep it on the track. Keep the train on the tracks.
Would have been good show prep on my part to double check that one, Bob.
Or show prep. I mean, if you just stumbled onto any type of sports website, they would have shown you when the Reds played.
Doesn't mean that's okay. Okay. Morning Juice sponsor. Let's start over. Morning Juice sponsored by Riverside Bank and Dublin. I'm glad Notre Dame lost. The Morning Juice sponsored by Riverside Bank and Dublin Event Risk Elite Protection. Big show lined up for you today. Lots of college football talk. It's a great day on Saturday, wasn't it, Bob?
It's been a great weekend thus far. Very entertaining. A lot of great football games. All the ones that we thought would be really good have turned out to be really good games that have come down into late in the fourth quarter. So they were been entertaining. The outcomes have been all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Some
favorites winning, some upsets happening. It's been college football always delivers, and it delivered in a big, big way.
It did. In Major League Baseball,
Bigly.
Reds beat the Cardinals
Maybe the
7-4.
greatest opening weekend ever.
Reds host the Blue Jays. It's funny. I even typed on the show sheet. Reds host the Blue Jays at 1:10 today, Bodie, by the way.
Yes, they do.
That's right at the time. Normally, the Morning Juice will be replayed.
So you did the prep. You just didn't
I did
remember.
the prep. Yeah, you're right. I didn't retain it. Guards fall to the Mariners 4-2. Cleveland's in Boston at 1:35 today. Lots of college football. We'll talk about that later on as well. But yesterday, South Carolina beat Virginia Tech 24-11. And Miami beat Notre Dame 27-24. Bodie, were you up watching that game to the end?
Yeah.
So was I. Bobby, you?
Yeah.
You watched the whole
it all.
thing to the end? Really? Wow.
Yeah.
So we're all tired.
That was about like 14 or 15.
I don't want to hear that, Bob.
I think Chris Ash and Mike Denbrock had you doubled on that one, Bob. So
I thought for sure. Like when Carr ran that one in, Bob, I thought Notre Dame's going to win this game.
The coordinators might be idiots, but the quarterback might got a little something with that CJ there.
Here's the thing. And I said this about the Ohio State-Texas game, and I know we're going to dive into that.
Yep.
We got Bill Bender coming up, and we'll get into all this. Well, because you didn't confirm him. He's like, why wouldn't he? I'm like, what is Labor Day? It's a national holiday.
Labor Day's a work day.
Bill's
Labor
one
means
of
work.
us.
Labor means work.
Bill is a grinder. Not one of them. Bill works harder than anyone.
8 days a week.
But I will tell you this.
Yeah.
Same thing I said for the Texas-Ohio State game. It's not what your quarterback's best plays are.
Mm-hmm.
It's what their worst plays are. And when you throw a costly interception in an inopportune time, I don't care how many touchdowns you threw. Like, the interception's what's going to probably end up costing your team the game. And no different than Arch Manning,
Yeah.
CJ Carr did some really good things. The floor, if you change that up, then that maybe changes the outcome of that game. You lost by 3 points, and you basically gave them 7.
Did he have 2 or 3 intentional grounding calls? I know it was at least 2, right?
Yeah.
At least 2.
But the one at the end was just God forbid the offensive line block. I get what you're saying, Bob, but
Oh, yeah, no.
you go into a game
Yeah.
spending 8 months worrying about how the quarterback's going to play in his first ever start.
He wasn't bad.
And if half the rest of the team played like he did, we would have been fine. Also, Mike Denbrock, just a reminder, Jeremiah Love. Hand him the football,
give
baby.
the ball.
Just
Maybe,
let him go.
Give him maybe a lot.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe a lot.
Maybe,
if you're worried about the quarterback play,
yes.
maybe give it to the best running back in college football.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a good job running the football. Why they didn't run it more, Bodie, I'm not exactly sure, but
Now they're my Bob.
it's a beautiful mystery.
All right. Like I said, we're going to talk a lot about college football today, obviously. But right now, we're going to talk about the past. Here's Bobby with Today in History.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
All right, General, your time to shine. Take it away.
Well, it is September 1st, the 244th day of the year. $1:21 remaining. This 2025. This date 7:15. Louis XIV passes away after reigning for 72 years in France. The longest reign at that point.
He reigned for 72 years?
Long may he reign.
How old was he when he took over?
That's a great question.
Gosh.
I don't know how old he was when he passed away. His grandson, Louis XV, takes over at the age of 5 years old. So, yeah.
Seems irresponsible. I'm not going to lie to you.
Well, it seems, I guess that's how it operated back then. You just kind of grew into the role. They gave it to you and let you kind of explore the space.
We do that here.
Absolutely. This date, 1864, the Battle of Jonesboro. Sherman defeats General John Bell Hood. And as that point happens, General Hood orders the evacuation of Atlanta. Sherman begins to encircle the city, and then a couple months from now, burns it to the ground. And then ultimately marches to the sea, cutting a swath miles wide, burning everything in his path. This date, 1952, The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway is first published. And then 10 years after that, in 1962, Sheila by Tommy Rowe hits number 1.
Sweet little Sheila, you'll know her if you see her. Blue eyes and a ponytail. Her cheeks are rosy, she looks a little nosy. Man, this little girl is fine.
What a banger. Here's the best part is I hear some of that for the first time with you, Bodes.
Louis XIV was 5 when he took over.
There you go.
Also known as Louis the Great. Lou Rawls. Yeah, Lou, yeah.
About to, I was
Skip
about to
to Lou.
sneeze there.
I know, I was going to, I tried to, I caught it at the end.
The state, 1982, the Air Force Space Command is first founded. Now we've got the full-on Space Force.
That's right.
To infinity and beyond. This state, 1985, the wreck of the Titanic is first discovered by a joint U.S. and French expedition.
The movie Titanic. Who saw it? Show of hands.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not really sure what movie you're talking about. You sure you got the title right?
Titanic?
I think you're thinking of The Hunt for Red October.
No, I'm Leo DiCaprio. Come on.
Michael stands in the front of the boat and says that he's king of the world within the first hour, or I give you my next paycheck.
I'm king of the world! Woo!
I think you're thinking of The Hunt for Red October. What a great job by Pam. The writing is so good.
Oh, yeah.
That was so great. Oh, absolutely tremendous. And then this date, 2002, the album of Rush of Blood to the Head by Coldplay. It's number 1. Nothing else compares, Bodie.
I guess not.
Some birthdays today. We're on this date, 1923. He was the heavyweight champ from 52 to 56. He was 49-0, Thitoff. Never lost a match.
Everybody can talk about Rocky Marciano.
Rocky Marciano.
You must be out of your goddamn mind. Joe Louis, the greatest boxer ever lived. I'll be with you boys in a minute. He was bad in Cassius Clay. He bad in Sugar Ray. He bad in that. Who that? The new boy got Mike Tyson. Look like a bulldog. He bad in him too. He done whipped Mike Tyson there. He whipped all their asses.
What about Rocky Marciano?
Oh, there they go. There they go. Every time I start talking about boxing, a white man got to pull Rocky Marciano out their ass. That's the one. That's the one. Rocky Marciano. Rocky Marciano. Let me tell you something once for all. Rocky Marciano was good, but compared to Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano ain't shit.
He beat Joe Louis's ass.
That's right, he did whoop Joe Louis' ass. Joe Louis was 75 years old when they fought. I don't know how old he was, but he got his ass whooped. Joe Louis had come out of retirement to fight Rocky Marciano. The man was 76 years old. Joe Louis always lied about his age. He lied about his age all the time. One time, Frank Sinatra comes out here and sat down in this chair. I said, Frank, you hang out with Joe Louis. Just between me and you, how old is Joe Louis? You know what Frank told me? He said, hey, Joe Louis 137 years old. 137 years old.
Oh, man, you ain't never meet no Frank Sinatra.
Fuck you. Fuck you and fuck you.
Who's next?
Who's next?
Have you ever seen Coming to
I
America?
have not. No.
Oh,
Did
Add
you
it to the
enjoy it?
list. That was great. Yeah.
It's a good Coming to America 2.
didn't see that one.
There's no reason to see
Okay.
it. Shark watched it and said it was one of the worst movies he'd ever seen.
All those characters were Eddie Murphy and
And
Arsenio Hall.
The same.
Every voice.
Oh,
Every,
was it
all
really?
those-
Okay,
yes,
I did
yeah.
not catch
Yeah,
that.
that's
Two
all them.
guys played like all 5 or
Yeah.
how many people are in
Yeah,
there.
right, yeah.
It's good. It's Coming to America is really good. That new guy, Mike Tyson.
the new boy.
The new boy. Oh, really good. Conway Twitty, born on this date, 1933. Alan Dershowitz, turning 87. But have you ever heard of the Dream Team?
I have, yeah.
When I
think of
reference the
Dream
Dream Team, who do you think of?
I think of the 1992 USA men's basketball team.
You should think of the
1994?
the defense 1994 defense team for Orenthal James Simpson.
Oh, God. Okay, true, yeah. I have heard that reference.
Which
now
had
that you
Johnny
mention it.
Cochran, Robert Shapiro, Alan Dershowitz, F. Lee Bailey.
And Ross from Friends.
Well, yes, exactly. He was just
Who was it? What's the last name of the Jenner family?
Kardashian.
Kardashian, yeah. It's like, whatever.
he was like just
Skippy Kardashian.
He was like the general counsel.
Yes.
All those other guys were literally, Bodie, the best attorneys in all of their given fields. I remember Alan Dershowitz, he's like an appeals specialist, but they pulled him all in. They said it cost him $1 million a month for that, and this was 1992 for his defense.
Worth it.
Hey.
Got him off free.
He was innocent.
Yeah,
Maybe
I was
the
gonna-
greatest rusher in
I was
judgment.
gonna say.
Yes.
He spent the rest of his
think he
life.
was guilty.
He spent the rest of his life looking
In
for
fear,
the killer.
yeah. Didn't he?
Looking for
Didn't
the
he
killer.
say something about
In fear,
I
yes.
never walk around L.A. anymore or whatever? Because you never know.
You never know. He may be
Killers.
coming for him. He may be coming for him.
And the thing is, someone dated him after that. Like, why would you actually date O.J. Simpson
Well,
after
what's
that?
the chances he's going to do it again?
Twice? Yeah. Murder is now legal in
It's
California.
not dating him. It's once you break up, who are you dating next?
That's a good point. You're right.
That's the question.
After you break
In
up,
his
yeah.
new book, the Pope said, even God
whoever
told
she
me he did
is,
it.
the next guy she dates or goes
Yeah.
to a next server of hers. That
The
could be the
next
issue.
server of hers. There you go. Oh, goodness. Barry Gibb turning 79, one of the founding member of the Bee Gees.
Last one. See, Bodie, now we got to think about The Office every time you play something like that.
He's the last one
He's the
alive.
last one, yeah. Morris and what was the other one? There was Andy obviously died. Andy was a Bee Gees, but Andy was their younger
Bernard?
brother. It was Morris and I can't think of the other Gibb. But yeah, there's two brothers that were his two
Joe?
brothers died. It wasn't Joe Gibb. It wasn't.
What if there was multiple of them, like Joe Gibbs?
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, it could have been the Gibbs. I'm trying to think what the other one's name was. Morris and I have to think about it now.
Jim?
Was it Jim Gibb? They were Australian.
What about Jim Morrison? Is he part of the Bee Gees?
Just I'll find it here now, Bob. Now I got to find it.
There you go. I like to give Thitoff tasks.
Yeah.
You know, give him some
Keep me
homework
busy.
here during the show. Turning 75 today.
Robin
the last
Gibb.
guy to Robin Gibb?
Yeah, Robin
Givens?
Robin Gibb. And the other was
Speaking of Mike Tyson,
it's Maurice, but I think it was called Morris. But
some
it's-
people call me Maurice.
right.
Is that the same Maurice that
Might be. It might be the one they were referring to, yes.
Okay, I just wasn't sure. I just need some clarity. Thitoff.
Yes.
This is your window right there.
It's right there in my wheelhouse.
The last guy to lead Tennessee to a national championship, turning 75 today, Mr. Philip Fulmer.
Guys, there's no way to stand here and tell you how proud that I am of you, of your coaches. Our fans were fabulous tonight. Hey, everybody contributed, both sides of the ball. And I tell you what, we owe a huge
about them
hip
Cowboys?
hooray for our defense.
Once they got rid of Peyton, they won a title, remember? That was T. Martin,
T.
right?
Martin.
Yeah. They got to get Peyton first, then they win the national title.
It's amazing. Peyton Manning was there 4 years. Couldn't beat Florida.
Beat Ohio State, though.
They beat Ohio State in the Citrus Bowl. T. Martin comes in, not nearly as good as Peyton Manning,
right?
But they won a Super Bowl in '98. That should have been the Buckeyes, not Super Bowl, national championship. Should have been Ohio State's. That was the year they lost to Michigan State. It was a rough one. That was a rough one. What isn't a rough one, though, is the star of Miami Sound Machine, Miami's own, Gloria Estefan, turning 68 today. Oh, what a good one there. Tim Hardaway turning at 59. Jason Taylor, the NFL Hall of Famer, turning 51.
Second down and 10. Green. Soldier forces the fumble. Jason Taylor has it. He's taken off. Jason Taylor to the 20. Taylor chasing after him. He won't get to him. Touchdown, Miami. Another return touchdown for the Dolphins. Soldier stripped it away, and Taylor scooped it up and took it the rest of the way.
How about that? We're seeing this defensive line of the Dolphins. We talked about it, the penetration the last series. They're getting in the backfield. Oh, that's just a good job. It's Soldier just hits him, and then just grabs and rakes the football out.
That would tied the record. He would go on to set the record for most scoop and scores in his career.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that one.
Good for him.
That's what Google says, at least.
Oh, and they've never been wrong.
Never been wrong.
Clinton Portis turning 44 today.
Is he in prison?
Is he?
Oh, he got busted in that NFL, like the
Oh,
health thing, right? The fraudulent health claims or something like the healthcare.
like the Medicare, the insurance
I don't know if
fraud.
he's in jail or not, but he got dinged for it.
He got dinged. If you're in prison, that's a little more than a ding.
No, I get it. No, it's fair. That's fair. I'm gonna look it up.
Okay, let's see. Well, I wonder if
Convict, not Catholic. He's a convict.
That is true. And hey, you gotta live into the name. You gotta, if the shoe fits, lean on into it. Zendaya, actress, turning 29 today.
I'm just gonna tell you, MJ, I'm
Spider-Man.
What?
That's what you were gonna say, that you're Spider-Man.
No, I'm not Spider-Man.
I mean, I've been watching you for like a while now. It's kind of obvious.
I'm not Spider-Man. I mean, what would make you think that I was Spider-Man?
Peter Washington?
Yeah.
The fact that you like disappear out of nowhere for no reason?
No, I was sick. Remember, I had the tummy.
You know, Susan Yang thinks that you're a male escort.
What? No, of course I'm not a male escort.
Well, then you're Spider-Man.
No, I'm not Spider-Man at all.
Well, what about tonight? You snuck off and you fought that thing. I saw you.
You can't have seen me because I'm not Spider-Man. And also on the news, it was the Night Monkey.
The Night Monkey?
Yeah, that's what it said on the news. And the news never lies.
The Night Monkey. Okay.
What are you doing?
Well, do the Night Monkey and Spider-Man use the same webs?
I mean, maybe. Maybe he's a spider monkey. Who knows?
Maybe he's a spider monkey.
He was sentenced, Portis, on January 6, 2022 to 6 months in prison and then another 6 months of home confinement beginning in March of 2022. And
So he's
been out.
Yeah, he's been.
Now he's an ex-con.
He's rehabilitated. Do you know what he said about Michael Vick with the dogfighting thing? I don't know if I should read this.
Oh, this is probably...
Okay.
Read
He
it.
said, I don't know.
Listen, as long as it's a quote, you can say whatever you want.
This is what he said. I don't know if he was fighting dogs or not, but it's his property, it's his dogs. If that's what he wants to do it. And then he said, when he was told dogfighting was a felony, he said, it can't be too bad of a crime. And then he also said that it was a prevalent part of life, adding, I know a lot of back roads that got a dogfight if you want to go see it. But they're not bothering those people because those people are not big names. And the same day, the Redskins put out a press release, and Portis said he claimed he did not take part in nor condone dogfighting.
Yeah, no kidding.
Sounds about right.
It doesn't surprise me. Like, when you said, can I read this? I knew there was a lot of guys that came to Vic's defense, and that was their defense of it. Like, I've done this before. I've seen it happen. Why is it bad?
Right.
Sigh.
Bender's good, by the way.
Some passings today. Passing away on this date, 1838, William Clark of Lewis and Clark, the famed explorer, passing away. Jerry Reed passing away on this date, 2008, the singer of Eastbound and Down.
Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. Are we gonna do what they say can't be done? We've got a long way to go,
short time
and
to
a
get there.
short time to get there. I'm eastbound, just like no bandit run.
I mean, I know it's no Cannonball Run, but did you like Smokey and the Bandit?
I thought it had a certain juvenile charm to it. Cannonball Run was much more
Juvenile
artistic,
charm.
had a much deeper vibe, more rewatchable, I think.
R.I.P. Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, and the hairpiece.
He's looking sweet. And that centerfold.
Did he get buried in the hairpiece?
He had a hairpiece?
Yeah, I think he did, didn't he? I think he had a rub.
Sure.
I think he
You
did.
say things with such certainty, and then I question you, and you're like, well, maybe.
You know what, Bobby? You know what that said? That talks about my respect for you. I'm very confident he had a hairpiece, but the fact you questioned it, and I know you're a man of smarts, I thought, you know what? Maybe he didn't.
How would I know? But like, Burt Reynolds is significantly older than me. Like,
I understand. Well, so was Louis XIV. So's all these presidents we talk about all the time. Doesn't mean you don't know anything about them.
Yeah, but they're historical figures.
Burt Reynolds
openly
is not
admitted and even joked about wearing a hairpiece
There we go.
To maintain his appearance and conceal his hair loss.
Yeah.
Which he used for a significant part of his career to achieve his signature hairstyles.
You can have a signature one if it's always the same.
It looks good. I never realized that.
Yep.
Good for him. And then also passing on this date, 2023. It's hard to believe it's been 2 years. The parrot man himself, Mr. Jimmy Buffett.
At a moment like this, I can't help but wonder, what would Jimmy Buffett
Funny you should ask,
do?
Funny you should ask, Alan. I'd say, pull me something tall and strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's only 12:30, but I don't care.
I've got a great Key West story.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
What?
We're not,
With you and Jimmy Buffett together?
No, I went down there. When I was down there, well,
James Buffet?
I'll tell the story later on the show.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm going to be on the
Super
edge of my
tease.
seat.
Mega tease there, Bob.
That is a girthy tease. Some holidays observances today. It is come on. I got pop-ups coming up on my computer now. It is Labor Day, number 1. It is Mouthguard Day as well. Pink Cadillac Day. It's Johnny Cash Day as well. And World Letter Writing Day. And it is also the 40th birthday of my younger brother, Jonathan. So a big happy birthday to him. Yeah. JDC, Jonathan Daniel Carpenter. Big happy 40th to him as he celebrates today as well. And those are your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays observances for this date. September 1st, the 244th day of the year, and 121 days remaining in this 2025.
Well done as always, General. Coming up next, Bill Bender joins us. Morning Juice.
When it comes to protecting your assets, you need a security partner. Event Risk Security Services is a U.S.-based veteran-owned company providing protection services, consulting to Fortune 500 companies, movie studios, celebrities, and high-net-worth individuals. If you're tired of fluff margins with low compensation for poor quality services and an endless revolving door of vendor staffing, then give them a try. They're virtually the same cost, and they can address what keeps you up at night. Event Risk. Check them out at eventriskinc.com to learn more.
My son Ian was diagnosed with a brain tumor at the age of 16 months. The outlook was pretty rough. I mean, it was, we had no hope until St. Jude rescued us. I mean, they saved him. To this date, we are 12 years into this journey, and from day one, we've never once seen a bill. It gave us the peace of mind to know that we're there with our son, and we're gonna beat cancer together. Now, he is doing really, really well. He's alive because of what St. Jude has done. He's here because of the doctors who came before, their blood, their sweat, their tears, the knowledge accumulated and shared, with everyone else around the world. This is how we get rid of this, how we help kids beat cancer all over. It's the future.
Together, we will make cures possible for every child everywhere. Learn more at stjude.org.
Some journeys start small, with small paws and big purpose.
Look how little fly, you sweet girl.
Every great partnership begins with the first step,
Bella, let's go.
guiding them through the world so one day they can guide someone through life. With shared experience, confidence grows, and the path becomes clear. It takes time, patience, and love. But the reward lasts a lifetime.
Hey, good girl, Bella.
You don't just raise a puppy. You raise a future. Become a Dogs Inc. puppy raiser. Give a dog a purpose. Give someone hope.
Learn more at dogsinc.org.
Respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, is a common seasonal virus, but it can have major implications on a patient's heart health. Most RSV cases involve mild cold-like symptoms, but up to 160,000 adults are hospitalized each year for more serious cases. And RSV can escalate chronic health issues. If you're over the age of 60, talk to your doctor to find out if the new RSV vaccine is right for you. And learn more at heart.org/RSV.
We built a brand new studio just for Bobby, and Tito has already ruined it just by being here.
I'm pregnant.
This is Morning Juice.
All right. Mike's off there, right, Bo?
Yes, they were.
Thank you, sir. Well done. Sporting News, Bill Bender joins us now here on Morning Juice. Bill, good morning. And like your Labor Day, it doesn't matter. You're working every day. It doesn't really matter, especially on a Monday after a full weekend of college football. Would you classify this weekend of college football as good, great, or greater?
I mean, it was great. It was especially the 3 top 10 games. You know, it doesn't have to be 42-35, for me at least, to be an amazing game. I mean, you look at between Miami, Ohio State, LSU, they all won these top 10 games combined and averaged 19 points. You know, my editor was texting me about that, and I said, I can watch a 21-14 game all day if it's not ineptitude. I mean, look at the defense Ohio State and Texas played. It was an awesome game.
Watching all the games this weekend, Bill, did you have a favorite? Was there one that kind of captivated you more than the rest? Because as you mentioned, the 3 top 10 matchups all delivered. You had Bama and Florida State in there, which was a home run. It just college football always comes strong, regardless of what you're thinking.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm at Ohio State, Texas, so I'll take that one off the board because, I mean, between the atmosphere, the game itself, and everything afterward, I mean, that was amazing. But I'll go with last night. You know, Notre Dame, Miami. It was back and forth. It was wet. It was, you know, the Miami defense playing the way they did. C.J. Carr almost leads them back. And then Carson Beck, his 6th-year quarterback, leads Miami to a field goal drive. And, you know, it's not ever going to feel like the real Catholics and convicts, that era. I don't think it can feel like that again. But, you know, as far as a game that was entertaining start to finish, that was it.
You know, Bill, I don't know. Bodie must be a big fan of yours. Every time you bring up the Miami-Notre Dame game, he keeps saying you're number one, but I've never used that finger before to say you're number one. But he keeps doing it on the screen. I don't know if you can see it or not. Notre Dame fan Bodie over there struggled through that game last night. Curious, Alabama's game against Florida State, does that say more about Alabama or more about the Seminoles?
Alabama. I mean, Florida State stormed the field, which I found interesting, yes. But Alabama was number 8, and Ty Simpson struggled, and you're seeing all the tweets about lack of effort. And, you know, here's the hard part. I mean, Kellen DeBoer was already up against it, replacing Nick Saban. Now, it's just their inability to play on the road. They've lost 4 of their last 5 road games, and they've lost to people like Vanderbilt and Florida State, of course. So, yeah, I think that's the big one for me. It's just that inability to win on the road. That was something that was taken for granted with Saban. He lost 6 road games in the playoff era. They lost their last four of their last five.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. You start looking at some of those numbers, and Nick Saban never lost to a ranked team in, I think, 14 years after his first season, or an unranked team, rather. And Kalen DeBoer now has lost 4 unranked games, double-digit favorites, like all the things that you're talking about there, Bill. And, yeah, it's Florida State, but it was a 2-10 Florida State team last year. And they beat them up front, which was the thing that I was most surprised about, is just it wasn't a fluky win. Florida State was able to go out there, and dominate at the line of scrimmage. You mentioned being at Ohio State and the environment and everything that went into it. It's the noon kick. Obviously, you had the game day stuff with Corso, which we'll get into in a minute. But just the environment for a noon game, a top 5 matchup, there was some thoughts, would it be as good? Would it be loud? Would it have the intensity? The new activations, the, quote, modernizing of tradition. How did all of that hit you as an independent observer up there, watching the game for, quote, work purposes?
Yeah, I heard I went to a birthday party yesterday, my nephew's birthday party, and I heard there was somebody at the game, and they tell me that was as loud as they've ever heard a noon game at Ohio State. And I agree. It was, the fanfare before was amazing. Seeing, Matthew McConaughey and from Jim Tressel, Mac Brown, Glenn Powell. I mean, all the celebrities were out for this game. You get Lee Corso on the Jumbotron. That was cool. But it was just the intensity, and I went down on the field for the final couple minutes, and, man, you couldn't hear anything. It was awesome. It was a big win for the Big Ten. What will stick out with me, Bobby, is, after the last play, Tony Petitti, fist pumps and celebrates. And so it was a big one for the conference. And there's no hidden meaning there. The Big Ten and the SEC are scrambling for playoff berths, winning these big games. It was a huge statement. And a reminder, by the way, the last three of the last 4 national champions, Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, they led the country in scoring defense. And what did Ohio State do? They looked awesome on that side of the ball.
Isn't that interesting, Bill, how in this era of high-flying offenses and all this stuff, and high-scoring games and whatnot, that it seems like, to me, a shutout in college football, holding a team like Texas to 7 points, is so damn impressive.
Yeah, and, Matt Patricia, obviously the hero afterward. You heard Steve Sarkisian talk about how Patricia was disguising coverages. I can't pretend to know more than Sark. So whatever he was doing to Sark, it was working. The linebackers played exceptionally well. Arvell Reese was all over the place, and it was just that impressive. And I think, I don't to dig into this more, but, I mean, in those big games we talked about, Notre Dame and Miami, LSU, Clemson, the defense was the difference. And, I don't know if they've caught up to offensive schemes in college or anything like that. I just know that if you have an elite defense, you're going to go far in today's game.
Very, very impressive. I'm glad that you said that, Bill. It's tough. I always try to remove the bias from it, but you being there and then being down on the field, hearing the noise, and obviously that defensive prowess, there were people that were questioning the hiring of Matt Patricia and what his NFL style, and, I had someone tell me that he hasn't coached a good defense since 2016. I'm like, all right, well, we'll see what they do today. And it was as advertised, if you will. Just your general thoughts on Lee Corso, how everybody handled everything. I thought it was awesome with Fox doing the tribute of showing everything and getting Rinaldi involved as well. Him being down on the field, them broadcasting it. You could hear it in the background for Ohio Stadium as they were down on the field with Lee's last game. Just kind of your thoughts, with the moving on of an icon that was so big to the sport.
Yeah, and irreplaceable was the word that keeps popping up depending on who you talk to. And that's true. I mean, he goes out 6-0, which is incredible. Picking all the games correctly, picking Florida State, picking Miami. I mean, reaching out and doing that. And it was, I'll say it this way, in the press box, there's always commotion and things going on when you're getting ready for pregame. You could it was completely quiet. Everybody was watching Corso at the end there, and on the Jumbotron. It was awesome. Just contributions to the sport. I mean, you always get asked if you were making like a Rushmore of college football analysts, who would you put on there? And like for me, it's Keith Jackson, Musburger, Bino Cook, and Lee Corso. It's easy, and I mean that's the kind of impact he made.
Bill Benefit Sporting News joins us here. I tell you, Bill, I hope you DVR'd a lot of games from this past weekend, because the upcoming weekend does not look very good as far as a schedule goes. It's going to be a huge letdown. I don't know about the Raggies could push a couple things out there. Right now, the only top 25 matchup is Michigan and Oklahoma, which will be a fun game to watch. But nonetheless, it's a dog of a schedule this week, isn't it?
It is, but you can find a couple. Iowa State, for those who are interested. That is always a close game, and Iowa State is favored, but Iowa has won the last 6 at Iowa State. Kansas-Missouri could be an underrated game. Missouri won by a bunch of points with Bo Pribula, the Penn State transfer, and Kansas has looked a little better with Jalen Daniels. Tito, I'm sick anyway, so I'm going to find games to watch, and I'll figure it out. There are a ton of point spreads, which I don't love, but the Oklahoma-Michigan game is interesting because, Michigan, Bryce Underwood has some moments, like a freshman would in his debut. And John Mateer was awesome for Oklahoma. He threw for over 390 yards. So that will be a fun game to watch in the evening this week.
Oh, make no mistake about it, Bill. I'll also be injecting that right into my veins this weekend. It just won't feel the same as it did this past week, and it'll be a lower high.
Bill, if I'm not mistaken, Bill, do the Bobcats welcome in the Mountaineers to Peden Stadium this weekend?
Yeah, and I looked at that spread, only a 2.5-point underdog, and really had some opportunities against Rutgers on Thursday. Parker Navarro, he's a really good quarterback. A couple plays there at the end, Bobby. It would have been a different story maybe. But and of course, we still have tonight. I mean, the fascination factor with Bill Belichick and playing TCU, what's this going to look like? Where's Jordan going to be? Gio Lopez, their quarterback. I mean, what a way to close out a 5-day week.
And Bill, I forgot about the West Virginia Ohio game. Ohio State starts at 3:30. By the time 4 o'clock rolls around, that Ohio State Grambling game could be over, and then it's time to flip over West Virginia and OU and find that game, right?
Yeah, and I always say this, though, there hasn't been a ton of Power 4 conference schools come down to Peden. I remember Pitt coming down there and losing when they had Tyler Palco and Dave Wanstead. That game went into overtime. I'm hoping for a similar result here. Obviously Rich Rodriguez, they got off to a good start in his return week. So, yeah, like I said, man, week 2 creeps up on you. The NFL, I think we might have talked about this, Tito. The NFL starting, I think maybe that's why college football did this. They put everything in week 1.
Yep.
Week 2's a little bit light. It's actually a really good strategy.
All right, Bill, we appreciate the time, but we'll talk again next week, all right?
Anytime, guys. Have a great week.
You too. That was Bill Benefit Sporting News joining us. The Capital Ford of Columbus High School football game of the week takes us to Gahanna this Friday as the Lions host the defending Division I state champions, Olentangy Liberty. Coverage starts at 6:30 with the kickoff at 7. After the game, it's Byers Subaru Dublin's Overtime with Ryan Baker and Lee Cochran. Friday nights are for high school football on The Fan. Coming up next, Quick Hitters. Morning Juice.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
You know a thing or two about the moments in life that matter. You've seized those moments to embrace joy, accomplish great things, and build meaningful relationships. Is it time now to sit back and reflect on a life well lived? Maybe. Or maybe there's more to be done. Maybe this is the most important moment you've encountered yet. By volunteering with AmeriCorps Seniors, you can seize the moment, lend a hand, and get back more than you give. We connect you to local volunteer organizations with opportunities that fit your schedule and match your interests. Through AmeriCorps Seniors, you can support people in times of need and make your community stronger. You can become a companion to your older neighbors, brightening their days with friendship. You can even become a mentor for young people, serving as a role model and enriching their lives. Are you ready to seize your moment? Visit AmeriCorps.gov/yourmoment and get started today.
Hey guys, 13-year NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion Jason McCourty here, and I'm an innovation ambassador at FAIR, Food Allergy and Research Education. I would say the most challenging thing as a parent of a kid who has a food allergy is probably the ignorance that I myself had in the beginning. I didn't know what anaphylactic shock was. I didn't know the dangers, let alone the things that she needed to be able to have a normal life. When you go to drop your kid off, and every single time in the beginning, we'd have to go through everything she was allergic to. Preparation is everything. And me, for playing football for 13 years, it was all throughout the course of the week. It's getting ready for game day. When you're on the field, you're playing for your fans. At home, you're playing for your family. My playbook: read labels, keep it allergy friendly, and have an epinephrine nasal spray as a backup plan. Because when my family's safe from food allergens, that's the real victory. Visit foodallergy.org to learn more.
Okay, let's go. Top row.
EYECARE.
Good. Next row.
America? iCareAmerica.org?
Yes. Eye Care America helps seniors who haven't had a medical eye exam in 3 or more years. They also help those with an increased risk for glaucoma, and the appointment is often free or at no out-of-pocket cost. It's easy to see if you qualify. Go to EYECareAmerica.org.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
All right, Morning Juice. This time of the day, it's time for us to let Bodie shine.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
Good morning. Bodie Wells, none of us got any sleep last night. You got to do the mic on.
Yeah, you got to turn the mic on.
That right there tells
not
me
a
how
lot of
tired
good
you
sleep,
are. Yes.
And I wouldn't call it a good morning, but it's a morning.
It's a
We're
morning.
alive.
There you go.
Could be much worse.
Yeah.
Just a game. It's just a game. You know, it's just a football game.
You're
It
right.
was an important
That's
one.
all it is to you.
But
Bodie's a
nevertheless.
football game, yes.
Speaking of disappointing games, Northwestern, they had one of the more disappointing results in Week 1 among the Big Ten members. They had more turnovers than points in their 23-3 loss on the road against Tulane. But the biggest story from this game might have been the uniforms worn by the Green Wave rather than their victory. Playing in the shadow of the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, Tulane wanted to wear all-white uniforms just like the 05 team did in their first game following that devastating tropical storm that wrecked New Orleans, but Northwestern wore all-whites themselves on Saturday. According to ESPN's Adam Rittenberg, the request from Tulane to Northwestern to wear all-white didn't come until August 17th, so just a couple weeks there before the game.
I mean, come on. We can't get it in before August 17th.
Yeah, the Wildcats, they already were set to wear what they were going to wear, which was they're all whites, and then they were not able to move off of that. I was kind of with you there, Bob. The
two things are wrong with
thing
this.
could have came in sooner, but the Tulane head coach John Summerall, he said his team was more than had some good motivation there because of that. Here's what he had to say. I'm going to say one thing. I'm trying not to take a shot, but we requested to wear white jerseys because that's what that team wore. Talking about the team back in 05 there. It got denied by the other team. That's their prerogative, but when you show disrespect to the city of New Orleans, that's what's going to happen to you. You're going to run into a team like this. We might have used that for a little bit of motivation to represent the city, so do not disrespect New Orleans ever. Tito and Bob, I see Tulane's frustration, but at the same time, maybe August 17th could have been May 17th.
Right, yeah.
It's not like the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina's just snuck up on us.
So, two things with this. Number one, you said it could have been more than 2 weeks in advance.
Yes.
They've had this game scheduled for a while. They could have thrown it out there, in the spring.
We know when the hurricane happened, too.
They knew that.
Yeah.
They were aware, and they knew what they wore. But also then Northwestern, they're like, well, we already had it. You did have 2 weeks. 2 weeks wasn't a ton of notice by Tulane, but it's enough notice for Northwestern. We're not hand-stitching the jerseys to make them. They've got jerseys. They've got the uniforms. They could have switched. Now, they're arguing probably just thinking like we did, because Tulane has their own stadium now. They don't play. Do they play in the Superdome still?
That'd be show prep. I have no idea.
No, I'm pretty sure they don't.
I know they did
I saw
for
the
a
name.
while.
Yeah, they have their own stadium.
Okay.
Yeoman
I knew they
Stadium.
did. They played in the Superdome for a minute. But I get it. It's outside. It's hot. You don't want to wear purple. You'd rather wear white. I mean, the competitive advantage of it. But if you're going to do that, you'd better win the game. And I don't know if Northwestern had a feeling that they were going to win that game. So at least be a good sport with the uniforms if you're not going to be able to go down there and get the dub.
It feels like, Bob, that they had their Monday meeting and somebody said, oh, hey, by the way, we have the 20th anniversary of this. We wear whites. The guy said, you know, it's a great idea. It's August 17th. Like, hey, let's pitch up Northwestern. It feels like that's what this was born from. But, Bob, so, like, Northwestern said they'd already set up jerseys, decals, moving an entire program all the way down to New Orleans.
They hadn't driven it down there yet, though.
I know.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's 2 weeks, man.
Right, all this stuff
You
that they
had
could have
enough
done,
time.
right?
It's not like they don't have other uniforms.
Right. But
they've got purple.
The jerseys, the decals, like, could they...
What do you mean the decals?
I'm not sure. That's what I asked you about. Like, I wonder what kind of decals they're talking about on that, or like how big of a deal that would be, or if it was just a special thing for them. They wanted
Those are
to...
on the helmets.
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
Decals are worn on the helmets.
I know there's something on the jersey special. I wasn't sure if there was... And that's why I was sure how big of a deal it was for
It's
them to
fine.
change it.
Listen, I could really do some research on this and go ask the guys at Ohio State. And
Yeah.
they'd be like, yeah, it's suboptimal.
Right.
It's less than ideal. But you do realize, like, they go play in these games in
Right.
the playoff, and they have to spin things around like every 7-8 days. Like, it would be a pain in the rear to get it done, but it is possible.
So should they have done it, you think?
I don't know.
Say suboptimal. I mean, again, suboptimal, the pain in the butt is, but is it something they should have?
I think so.
I think they should have, too.
And shame on Tulane for
Yes,
throwing
no
it out
doubt,
there
yeah.
2 weeks in advance.
Yes.
It should have been 2 months in advance, but I get it.
Oh, Christmas is next week, December 25th. I totally forgot. Let's get Christmas uniforms.
I also would guess, too, if it was just decals on the helmets at least, they could probably have worn whatever helmets they were planning to wear with whatever home uniform they could wear.
No one was watching it anyway.
Exactly.
That's a good point. I don't think it was on the radio.
On the opposite end of things, in
I
the
think
Big
it was on
Ten.
the Fan 7.
Fan 7, you're right, yes.
Right next to the
Tomorrow.
Bob and Tom
Tomorrow's
show.
when we start.
Bob
Tomorrow.
and Tom were the lead-in for that. On the opposite end of things, in the Big Ten, number 2 Penn State began their sky-high season of expectations with a 46-11 win over Nevada in Happy Valley. Speaking of those expectations, head coach James Franklin, he was asked about that, and this season being a championship or bust for the Nittany Lions during the CBS Sports pregame show. His response was this: yeah, I think it's a positive. We're a part of that conversation. We're getting criticized for having seasons that 99% of the programs in the country would die to have, but that's why you come to Penn State. That comes with it. That's a part of it. The best part about all of it is we're in total control of the season, of the games, and of the narrative that is out there. We got a chance to go out and play well against Nevada. We're going to approach it that way. Take things one game at a time. I understand what he's saying. Technically, he's probably not wrong with the 99% part, but also a small percentage of teams have those resources that Penn State does. So, Bobby, I think it's fair for their fan base and the rest of the country to expect Penn State to finally start winning some of those big games this year.
I love it. Little self-serving to listen to him say that. Hey, 99%
Listen,
of people, they'd be happy with the job that I'm doing here. Let's be a little more grateful.
Northwestern.
Exactly. Let's be a little more grateful. And I get it. I understand it. He's not wrong, but he also, context matters. And like you said, they have more resources. They are a blue blood program. If you fire James Franklin, you could do a whole hell of a lot worse.
Yeah.
But he also hasn't gotten you over the hump. This is supposed to be the year. And so we'll see if they're ultimately able to get it done. We won't know until Halloween. That's like their first real game when they play Ohio State.
Yeah. They host Oregon at the end of this month.
That is true.
Okay,
You're correct in saying that.
yeah.
Those are the two big games.
You got to win one of those.
But
Like, period end, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this year you get Oregon at home and what appears to be a slight reload for
Sure,
Oregon.
yeah.
We'll see, maybe they turn out to be really good, but through one game against Montana State, which probably doesn't mean a whole lot, Oregon seems to be at just a slight reset this year. You could go on the road and lose to Ohio State by a score. I know it's easy for me to say. Penn State fans wouldn't love that, but you could get a chance to get them back in a neutral site game in Indy or maybe
Would you
even
rather
in the
win the first or
postseason.
win the second is the question.
They'd rather win the second.
Oh, the second.
Wait, lose at
yeah.
home? Would you rather win at home against Oregon
beat Ohio State.
Think so?
They would rather beat Ohio State.
It'd be tough to lose.
Especially if you're saying they're going to go 11-1,
Yeah.
and that'd be their only
That'd be the
loss.
one, yeah.
Because you could say, hey, we lost into. I mean, I don't know that losing at home against Oregon would be a good loss per se, but Oregon's probably going to be pretty strong this year, and they'll be a top 25 team. At that point, you could say, I mean, they would go into the postseason having won probably at least 6-7 games in a row.
Right.
If they had beaten Ohio State after losing to Oregon. So, yeah, it's Ohio State. I don't even think it's close.
Is there 136 like Division I teams? Is that what it is in football?
That sounds about right.
Something like that.
Okay.
130s.
Okay, let's say it's 136. 1% of that is 1.36, if my math's correct. You're telling me, Franklin, I think there's more than 1.36 teams that would take their recent run over Penn State's.
95% probably would have been.
Maybe 95% is a
number.
little stronger. I would probably say 90% even, though. I'd probably say about 90% would. 99 is a bit extreme. Nonetheless.
I don't know. Bama, I think, hopped in line.
Well, Bama may have now. Well, yeah, but what do you mean?
They weren't in the line, and then I think as of the other day,
now
Saturday night, their fans started sliding
Right.
over to the James Franklin line.
Yeah, bring Franklin in. No, it's but it's look, Franklin, shut up, dude. Just when great, you're beating the teams you're supposed to beat. Beat somebody you're not supposed to beat just once.
Oh, and once again, it gets back to, 99% of teams would like to have our problems. Oh, yeah, you're also, like, when you factor in that percentage, you're talking about all the group of 5 schools,
right,
of course, every team in the MAC would love to have Penn State's problems,
Sure.
but that's not realistic for
it's
them.
not.
And even, I mean, how many, there's 18 teams in the Big Ten, right?
Yeah.
My math is
I know, it's
correct.
hard to- what
It's
day
hard
of the
to
week is it?
remember.
Who knows?
Sometimes I'll say a UCLA score and be like, oh, yeah, they're in the Big Ten.
yeah.
And things went really well for them on Saturday, and Nico Yamaliava's first game there. But anyway, I mean, how many teams out of the other 17 teams, even in their conference, can realistically accomplish what Penn State can year in and year out? 14 probably can't, right? I mean, 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Ohio State, Michigan, and Oregon.
Yeah.
I mean, USC, you would think would eventually be able to get back there, but
maybe
we'll see. They kind of got a ways to go with that. To basketball here, guys. They say the NBA is where amazing happens, and that is exactly what happened back in February of 2012 when Jeremy Lin took the association by storm. Yes, due to injuries and some mediocre guard play, Lin was inserted into the starting lineup by Mike D'Antoni, and Lin's sanity was birthed as he averaged 25, 9, and 4 over the next 10 games, and he remained a key force for the Knicks until a knee injury in late March sidelined him for that remainder of the season there. After a 15-year pro basketball career, 9 years in the NBA, 6 overseas, Lin is retiring from the game in which he called the hardest decision that he has ever had to make. He spent the last 2 seasons with the new Taipei Kings. They won back-to-back championships, and last season he was named the Taiwan Professional Basketball League's MVP. And during its inaugural season there, followed that up with a finals MVP honors during the new Taipei Kings championship run. So having quite a bit of success overseas there for Lin Sanity. Lin, he also won an NBA title with the Raptors in 2019. Didn't play a ton on that team, but hey, ring's a ring, right?
Yes.
Tito, not a Hall of Fame career by any stretch, but Lin Sanity, I think anybody who's even sort of like a casual sports fan can hear that and be like, oh, yeah, I remember Jeremy Lin, because he took over the world for a couple months there with the Knicks.
He did. Came out of nowhere and did that. And it's one of those stories, and I was trying to think about this, similar things, where it was somebody who maybe had one great season or one great, a great run, and then did nothing after that. And I thought about the Magic Man in Green Bay, Bob. You wouldn't. Majkowski. Anyway, who had a great year with Green Bay as a quarterback 1 year, and then did nothing after that. Mark Fitters for the Tigers back in the mid-'70s, had a fantastic rookie year, got hurt, was never the same. But it's really cool when someone can do that. Like, even though Jeremy Lin only had that brief moment, I'd rather have his career than someone who had like a 15-year NBA career and was like a 12-point a game scorer who...
You would say that often.
No, you wouldn't.
You're a fame whore. Is what you are.
That's fair. Okay, fine.
I would rather be a good player for 15 years than be Jeremy Lin.
I'd rather be Jeremy Lin.
I know you would, because you're a fame whore.
Maybe. That might be fair, Bob. Bodie, would you? What would you rather have?
Hold on. I'm pulling up the most important statistic here out of this career, and that is the career earnings of one Jeremy Lin. And he earned over his 9 seasons.
Deal.
Yeah, $65 million. I'd take that. He got a ring with Toronto.
Yeah, but if you're a 12-point scorer for
15 years, I'm trying
you're
to
making
give
way
me
more
a
than
player.
that.
60. Bob, I can live off $65 million. I'll
I
figure
get
out
it,
a way.
but I would much rather be a better player. Robert Ory is probably
Ory's not the fair one. Wait.
Yeah, that feels like cheating. A little bit.
Why does that feel like cheating?
Big
Wait,
shot
let me
Bob.
think. I'm trying to think of somebody else who
Big
could be
shot
like
Bob.
him. How about Cedric Mack? I got to find somebody you guys would know.
He's Cedric Maxwell. He was a Celtic. He
Yeah,
better know who
I know,
Cedric
he would know
Maxwell
it.
is.
Didn't Cedric Maxwell win a Finals MVP?
He did
Tito?
win a
I
Finals
feel like-
MVP.
Yeah, that's not.
Okay, it's not really good. How
No,
about
it's not.
Good one either.
Okay, let's think of another one then. Who could it be? Who can we put him on in that realm? Like who's somebody who was like a maybe Joe Johnson?
How about Joe Johnson was pretty good. I mean, he was an all-star. How about Peyton Pritchard?
Okay, Peyton Pritchard.
But 10 more years of what he's done the last.
Who did they call the janitor?
The janitor? I don't know that. Who's that?
Brian Cardinal.
Brian Cardinal.
He won a title too.
Okay,
he was on that
Brian
Mavericks
Cardinal or
team.
Jeremy Lin?
I'd rather be Brian Cardinal.
No, you wouldn't be. Bob, no
Lin for
way.
Sure. I don't even think Cardinal was one of those guys though that I don't think
He didn't play
ever,
as much.
Yeah,
Yes.
his career he
I'm
didn't
trying
hang
to
around
help
a
Thitoff.
while, but he never. Let's see what his total stats were over the course of his career. 12 years, minutes per game 14, points per game 5.6.
It's halfway there.
He was on that incredible Dallas team that won the title though over Miami. And
Okay,
What do
basketball.
you think his career earnings are? Over under Jeremy Lin.
under has to
Way
be
under.
under.
It's got to be way under.
Because he didn't. He only played only I know, but 12 years. I mean, he wasn't that many more than. That's the thing is like you kind of have to pick a guy today,
right?
If we're gonna dive into the career earnings thing, just because
the
money they make is just absolutely
People get those mid-level
insane,
mid-level exceptions now. They're like $15 million a year. It's crazy.
I went to go look at Jeremy Lin on his NBA on the Basketball Reference page. They have like the similarity scores, like guys who they thought were like them, but none of them are. Buddy Hield. Okay, Buddy Hield is the one most similar to Jeremy Lin as far as stats go.
Okay, he's definitely gonna play. He's probably already been like 7-8 years.
Let's see, he's been in the league since 16-17. So, what is that? 10 years, right? Almost 10 years, right? 10 years. 10 years. Okay, 10
Brian
years.
Cardinal made $31 million.
Good for him, man.
Okay,
Like significantly. I mean, it is, but he still made a lot.
Peyton Pritchard's gonna hit 40 over the next 3 years, which he'll, barring some catastrophe happen, he'll hit that.
Buddy Hield's
And he'll
already
look for
got.
agency again.
He came in the league in the 2016-17 season, and he's made $112 million so far. Now wait,
God
but I'm
bless
asking,
America.
would you maybe Buddy Hield or Jeremy Lin?
Buddy Hield.
I think Buddy Hield, yeah.
I
At
do it,
some point, the
Jeremy
money
Lin.
becomes just absurd. He'll get another contract.
The
Okay,
thing
wait.
is, though,
The Jeremy Lin
also-
money is all NBA money. It does not count those years overseas.
That's true.
I bet Jeremy Lin made a ton of money overseas.
You're probably true. You don't have to point at us like that. I mean,
I want to make sure I'm getting my point across.
I don't know who you're talking to. We're the only two other people in this room, Thitoff. Like, you have our
Bobby,
attention.
go! Bobby, your turn.
I would rather have the respect of peers that I played with than care about how much people were saying Lin's sanity and me being the hero in New York for a month.
Okay, if I show you a picture of Jeremy Lin and a picture of Buddy Hield, who do you recognize? Like, if you saw a picture of Jeremy
I
Lin,
know
say,
who
"That's Jeremy
Buddy
Lin."
Hield is. Like, he played at Oklahoma.
I understand, but do you know what he like? Could you pick him out of a lineup?
Yes.
If they were singing "I Want It That Way,"
I was getting ready for
if
that.
they were going to do that, you're telling me you would know which one Buddy Hield is?
Yes, I would know who Buddy Hield is.
I think you'd know Jeremy Lin better.
There's a lot of things I
It's
can
a fair
say
question.
right now.
Hey, today's fan poll, 971.
Put that up, please. Put that up. Whose NBA career would you rather have?
There you
Forget
go.
Texas and
Yeah.
Ohio State.
Don't do that.
Whose
All the
NBA
show's
career?
talk enough about
Could
that
you
anyway.
recognize Buddy Hield in a lineup?
Again.
I would love to hear Bo try to articulate how we landed on that.
I'm going to tell you exactly what happened in that situation. Bo would blame me for it. Whenever it's a bad poll question, I think Bo blames
Hey,
me.
You know what? Somebody else wants to come up with the fan poll.
That's it. See, I'm telling you, Bo, lead into that. All right, coming up next. Hour number 2, we'll do a much deeper dive into the OSU Texas game. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
Bobby Carpenter here with Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Every successful franchise in sports has a long-term vision, and behind that long-term vision are the people executing the plan. In the words of the great Woody Hayes, you win with people. It's the same in business and in life. Surround yourself with good people and build strong relationships with those people, and the path to success becomes very clear. Here's Chuck Moore, CEO, and Travis Sanders, president of Riverside Bank of Dublin, on how they win with people.
A team's success can be directly tied to the quality of its players, coaches, and leadership. In sports and in business, talent alone doesn't win. It's why we focus on building strong relationships with our clients and why we strive to always offer the best advice, the best products, and the best customer service for our clients.
Thanks, Travis. We want them to focus on their business and their people and let us handle their banking needs.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin or online at riverside.bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When it comes to protecting your business, whether it's your staff, property, or assets, don't make a crucial mistake by contracting companies that provide subpar and unprofessional service. What you need is a security partner known for their unwavering professionalism and unnatural liability. You need Event Risk. Event Risk is a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company that not only specializes in on-site guarding, but also offers armed security associates and executive protection agents. Event Risk, elite protection for your peace of mind.
Hello, my name is Eric Rose, CEO and founder of Event Risk Security Services. We are a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company providing protection services and consulting to Fortune 500 corporations, movie studios, celebrities, and high-net-worth individuals. If you're tired of fluff margins with low compensation for poor quality security officers and an endless revolving door of vendor staffing, then give us a try. For virtually the same cost, we can then address what keeps you up at night.
Visit eventriskinc.com.
That nagging pain, you know the one. Sometimes it's from years of hard work. Sometimes it's an old injury that never healed right. Either way, it's been calling the shots in your life for too long. But that stops right now. I'm Tyvis Powell, and QC Kinetics is here in Columbus to flip the script. Dr. Walkoff and his team use regenerative medicine, advanced cellular treatment that help your body heal and restore the damage in your joints. Not covering it up, not cutting it out. Actually helping heal and restore. And the results, long-term lasting relief. So instead of planning your day around pain, you're planning it around life. QC Kinetics, no surgery, no drugs, no long recovery, just a smarter, natural way to get your freedom back. Check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. Bring your MRIs, your x-rays. They'll make sure you're a good candidate. The consultation is free. Just call QC Kinetics at 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination. If you're looking for the inside scoop on the Buckeyes, you've come to the right place. This is Morning Juice.
Want to give us your take on the Buckeyes? How about the Browns and Bengals? The Fan Call-In Show brought to you by the ESPN Sportsbook at Hollywood Casinos, moving to 8 a.m. this Sunday during the football season. The leaders of the Lunatic Fringe, Scotty Vegas and Ryan Baker, want to hear from you each week. The Fan Call-In Show moves to 8 a.m. this Sunday on The Fan. Okay, Bob, let's do this. Let's talk about this Ohio State Texas game.
Oh, let's do that.
Yes.
What do you want to dig into?
Well,
the goal line stand.
The goal line stand. The fourth down stops inside the 10. Both of those. Yeah. And I'm curious.
The fact that they had a shutout through like 57 minutes. 56,
almost 57
and I'm not
minutes,
sure
yeah.
that the touchdown was actually a touchdown.
It wasn't a touchdown.
How does that not get reviewed?
I don't know how that ends up.
I mean,
they did review it.
They reviewed it, yeah, but it didn't.
Yeah, it took forever.
Yeah.
How did they review it? That's my
Right.
point. How does that not like get overturned in review?
Right. I'm with you on that, Bob.
I got to be honest, I thought it was a catch.
You did?
I think I'm just so at a point, I'm so tired of like,
I watched this play.
The ball got the very, quarter centimeter the top of that blade of grass, so I think he dropped it. It's like, I don't know, man. If you go up to 10 people and be like, hey, is that a catch? And 9 of them probably say yes.
Yeah.
Take out Buckeye fans and Texas fans, try to get a neutral crowd.
You also thought Des Bryant caught it.
Well, he absolutely did catch it. He caught it, took 3 steps and dove for the pylon. But like it happened in Death Valley Saturday night with LSU Clemson.
I don't know if you saw the South Carolina play.
That too. I just think we've gotten to a point where it's like, once again, we've gone down this road where it's like, what is a catch? And it's like, I don't know, man. If it looks like he caught it, he probably caught it. But anyway, continue.
I would love to hear Matt Patricia's thoughts. Like today, like now, like a couple of days after. You're on the high after the game, I'm sure, but the way they dominated that game. And I know that there was a number of people, I think when the hire was first made, may have questioned the hiring of Matt Patricia.
There's a lot of people that questioned it. A lot of people said it wasn't a good hire. I had to sit here and try to tell everybody that he was a good coach.
Well, and Bob,
why would you know? I'm like, I don't know. played for the guy. I played for a lot of good coaches. I played for a lot of bad coaches. And I'm not saying I'm the smartest guy in the world, but I feel like I can tell the difference between the two.
I'm not sure it makes you think you know college football defense, Bob, but that's a whole other subject. But anyway, you convinced me the way you talked about Patricia, and that's why I give you that. I take what you say very seriously about things like this. And then we got to meet Matt Patricia out there at the practices, and that's when he really sold me. Not that he was out there trying to sell me. I don't think he went to Ryan Day and said, "Hey, I'm going to get with Tito today."
There's this guy, Jeff, that I need to win
on
over.
Board. Right. But I'm saying, like, he really sold me that day on Matt Patricia. And that game, Bob, for all you want, and I'm not trying to discredit what Jim Knowles did. Jim Knowles did a lot of really good things here.
Yeah, Jim Knowles did the best defense in the country.
He was fantastic here. But seeing Matt Patricia down there on the sidelines and seeing the intensity and just the elation on certain things that happened with him during that game, it was fun to watch. I think this Buckeye defense, to give up 7 points to that Texas team, and I'm not sure if Arch Manning is as good as the hype, but I know Ohio State made him look pretty damn mediocre.
They did, because they were able to confuse him, fool him with trickery.
Right.
And that is one of the things that Matt Patricia, with their defense and all of the little nuances that they have in it, is so wildly impressive. Like, I don't think, and I've tried to impress this upon people as best I can, and I'm like, his ability to oscillate fronts, coverages, how they call it, they've got smart players, which helps, but the different things that they're able to do for a young quarterback, I go, he's going to struggle. I like watching it. Schlegel and I will sit there, and like, it's the defense that I grew up in, so I'm partial to it, of how it's called, how you run it, what they do with it. And like, Matt Patricia's twist on it is amazing, and his spin, just because he's such an intelligent guy. Schlegel once referred to him as an astronomical engineer. I said, "You mean aeronautical engineer?" He said, "That's what I said." I said, "Close." Sure, we'll just make it up. Let's make it up. Astronomical engineer. But he's such a smart guy, and his ability then to articulate that and distill it to the players in a digestible form so that they can understand it and utilize it. And you saw not only a coach, but also a offense that looked discombobulated at best at times. Now, it was loud too. Right. And so you give the flowers to the Ohio State fans and everything they were able to do. I thought the in-game environment was remarkable. I thought Ross did a tremendous job. The F-16 flyovers, the towels, I think, were a big hit. It seemed like everything, the bells on third down. I mean, anybody that was in that stadium, that's why I wanted to ask Bill. I was like, did it hit you the same way that it hit me? But then you pair that up with a defense that was great. And how about this, too? For Ryan Day, that everybody looked at, he came in, he's the offensive guru. We're going to try to score 70 points every game. This, to me, is kind of the final evolution of him as a head coach, where now you're watching a guy who's an offensive-minded coach, who was a quarterback, who all those guys, they can say whatever they want. They love to score points. And now it's just his message to Julian, just win the game.
Yeah.
His message to himself, just win the game. It doesn't need to be 49-35 to make it feel better. Like, because you scored more points, you're a better coach. You just have to score more points than them. And 14 points, you're getting in that game. And I think he wanted to be more aggressive. They had some shots and some things that they could have maybe hit. But at some point you start feeling out, you're like, I think 14 or 17, maybe 21 is probably going to be it. We don't need to try to score 42. So let's play a smart game. Let's play a complementary game offensively that plays into how great our defense is playing.
You mentioned the Ryan Day. The last 7 games against a top 10 team, beat Penn State, number 3, beat number 5 Indiana, number 7 Tennessee, number 1 Oregon, number 4 Texas, number 3 Notre Dame, number 1 Texas. That's not too bad on that one. That's certainly part of the 1% that Franklin knows would not want to trade places with Penn State.
So Ryan's teams are 25-5 in all non-conference games, 8 consecutive wins. Last 5 were pretty darn impressive. What the heck just happened here? I had this down. 25-8 versus top 25 teams, 16-7 versus top 10, 8-5 versus top 5, and now 2-0 versus number 1.
Not too shabby. So, Bob,
For a guy that
can't win the big ones.
Can't win the big one.
Yeah. Bob, I don't know if I read
Buckeyes,
this.
James Franklin.
I don't know if I read this or heard this, but was there something Patricia was doing differently with the defensive backs? Like, I had heard they were maybe lining up in a different way to where Texas could not figure out what the kind of coverage they were going to have. Is that accurate? Or am I reading it?
Well, it's the disguise. It's the ruse, if you will.
Yep.
Dave Chappelle did a great deal about disguising and being able to shield things from people that they shouldn't see. It's kind of like the funky comedina.
Okay, right?
You know, the ability to show something and think and believe that this is what we're seeing, and then at the snap of the ball, you're spinning and showing something else. And some of that goes in with how you teach and coach it to be able to show that, but then that also goes into some of the calls that you're able to have. And Orlovsky was over there with my man, the Booger Sugar McFarland, and they were talking about this and showing different things. 5-man fronts, some 4-man, some 6-man, some flat levels across the back, and then how the guys moved. And like I said, some of it's having the guys that are smart enough, be physically gifted enough to show one thing and get to another. And when you do all that in concert, it makes it really hard.
Dan brings up some of the chat, and I'm curious, Bob, to get your perspective on this. But I'm going to paraphrase a little bit. Do players get extra motivation? Does it change kind of their mentality, their attitude at all? If you trust them on a 4th and inches, 4th and goal down there, versus, if you trust them in that and they execute, what does that do for a defense?
When you get a big stop like that,
it's
it's huge. I mean, that's you're 10 foot tall and bulletproof after that. And this is another nugget. I mean, there's a lot of things to talk about. We could do 5 hours on the game.
Let's do it.
No, not today.
You act like you might say yes on another day.
Your time is finished, Mav. Maybe, sir. Maybe true, sir, but not today. For a defensive line, especially the interior that had a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And this is part of the greatness of Matt Patricia. Like, hey, we're going to take maybe areas where we're struggling. We're going to find ways to conceal and hide it. But I will say this. K-Mac played great. McDonald was great out there. Edric Houston, really impressive. Will Smith made some nice plays. You cannot disguise a 4th and goal stop.
Right. That's
They're
just
on the
want.
1 yard line.
That's just want.
That's guys going out and executing, playing well. And where you're running the ball, right over the nose, like right in the middle of it. K-Mac stoned them. Edric was right in there. They had their defensive line stepped up and played huge, especially the interior of them on that play. And so as much as maligned as they were, and are they going to be good enough? Do they have enough depth and all those things? Awesome job for them to be able to get that done. And when you get that stop, I mean, you feel like you're invincible at that point.
If you're going to nitpick one small thing about the defense, I wish they would have gotten to Arch a little more, but they did what they had to do to win the game. Obviously, but I'm saying it didn't seem like there was a ton of pressure, but some of it's because Arch got rid of the ball so quickly because he was worried about the pressure, right?
Because they were getting confused.
Yeah,
he didn't have the answers, and he was under pressure a lot. They only sacked him once. Sonny got there. Not Sonny. Arvell got there and had a nice sack on him. And then you look at the end of the game. They were able to confuse them, and you get C.J. Hicks free off the edge.
Right.
It's 4th down.
Yeah.
And you have an unblocked rusher, and I believe they only brought 4 guys. And you have an unblocked rusher, and he's getting the quarterback, and he's hitting him as he's throwing the football. Like, that is a testament to their ability of what they were doing all game to keep them confused.
When you mentioned earlier about the winning a 14-7 game versus having to be 42-35 all the time and what that means, do you think that Julian Sayin could win a 42-35 game?
Yeah, of course. Well, they had drops. I mean, listen,
two by
the best. Two by JJ,
Smith and one by Max Clare on that one.
Well, Max, dude, the ball he threw to Ennis on the side. I think it was on 2nd or 3rd down, going to the south side end zone. Oh, my gosh. It was a great ball. I've watched Brandon make that. It's a tough catch, but I've watched him make that catch 20 times. And there should have been 4 other catches. And then you go from being 13 to 20 to 17 to 20.
Yeah.
And so, people in the chat are talking, well, if Texas would have had field goals, this and that. Well, here's the thing. You go start trying to score touchdowns because you realize how good their defense is playing, and you're not wondering how many more times you're going to get down there. Like, we're down now. We got to get points. We got to not just get points, we got to get scores.
Yeah, I got to get 7.
You got to get 7.
Yeah.
So, if they knew that, but that changes how the game is played and everything else. Like, you could never be like, well, if they just would have kicked field goals, well, fifths were fifths. I mean, come on. Like, what are we talking about? So, like, that's all part of how the game is played and every decision that's made. But Ryan's ability to lean into that, then play a defensive game, his message to Julian, just win. And I said it before the game. It's not how good these quarterbacks play. It is what their floor is going to be.
Yeah.
And Arch threw 1 pick and should have thrown another. Julian didn't put the ball in harm's way ever. Like, he didn't have any interceptions, and there weren't any that should have been picked. Arch had 1, and the other one definitely should have been picked by Jermaine, and then by Sonny, too. They had 2 cracks at it.
Bob, and it's very early in the season, obviously. We're 1 week in. We're 0 to 1 week. Maybe 2 weeks if you want. I don't care. Anyway, we're a week in, 1 game in. But I'll tell you, watching that game on Saturday gave me some vibes from another former Buckeye team that had a competent quarterback, a really good defense, and won close games. I'm not saying he's Krenzel-esque, but he was, I think, on Saturday. I'm saying, but that was kind of his role. That's what he had to do. They didn't want him. They didn't put him in situations to make a lot of big plays. Now, granted, he missed Jermaine down the field the one time, but there were the drops in there. But I'm saying it was a conservative game plan. The running game needs to be better.
Yeah, here's the other thing too. Like, both of these teams are really good, and so the running game needs to pick up. But Texas also has a really good front. And so to talk about winning the rushing battle, I think Ohio State had about 80 yards rushing.
Yeah,
Texas,
something like that,
160 or whatever. Right. But here's the deal. Talk about winning the rushing battle. It's not about just total yards. Is it yards per carry? I mean, all I know is this. When you needed a yard, you were able to go get it.
Sure.
They got in 14 personnel, 4 tight ends on the field, 1 running back. They had Will Kazmarek in there. They had Jelani Thurman in there. They had Robertson there. They had Bennett Christian in there. And they lined up, and Julian Sain went under center. They handed the ball off, and they hammered it in.
Yeah.
It was impressive.
Sure.
Texas, who was on the 1-yard line, just like they were before, last year, couldn't get in.
I want you to think about what you were feeling on Friday about this Ohio State football team to where you're at now. Has your confidence level in them winning national championship changed? Is it more? Is it less? No. It wouldn't be less, but is it more? Is it the same?
It's less. They won the game.
I know. I'm saying. I said it wouldn't be less. Is it more? Or is it the same?
All they did was confirm a lot of things that I had suspected. There was some questions, and it's one game. It was one game against a really good team, and you were able to win it, and I think they looked very impressive doing it in a way that not a lot of people anticipated them being able to win it. My confidence level for them, like I said, this is a Final Four team. After that, you got to go make plays if you want to go win the Final Two. But this team has all the ingredients to get back to where they need to get to. But if you want to win a national championship, you have to make plays like you did against Texas. You got to make those again in December and January to be able to get it done, and like they did last year. Now, like I said, it's a new year. It's new guys. It's a new team. They've got to clean some stuff up. There were some plays that were out there. Texas can tell you the same thing. They had some drops. They had Arch miss some guys badly. There's things that they want to have back. Both of these teams, it wasn't a clean offensive game, but that is what I figured you'd have with 2 young quarterbacks. That's why the over-under was set at point total like 45. And I mean, my goodness, you were sitting there in the second half. You were smoking a cigar. That thing it hadn't cashed, but it cashed.
Right. And I was watching the live betting too, Bob, as it was going on. And at one point in the fourth quarter, the over-under was 15.5. You could bet it like early in the fourth quarter, midway fourth quarter, it's like 15.5. But All right, coming up next, we're not going to overreact, but we are going to properly react to the college football landscape from the weekend. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. My good friends over at Sleep Better Columbus want you to know that if you're 65 or older, enjoying those golden years, but maybe you're dealing with restless nights, you need to listen up. Are you tossing and turning, struggling with sleep apnea, and that leaves you wiped out during the day? Well, it's time to reclaim your rest with Dr. Mark Levy at Sleep Better Columbus. As a leading provider in non-surgical sleep apnea treatments, Dr. Levy helps you breathe easier and sleep deeper with custom oral appliances, a comfortable alternative to CPAP. The best part is that Sleep Better Columbus is in network with most medical insurance plans and is a proud Medicare provider, so your coverage can work seamlessly with Sleep Better Columbus. And as we head toward the end of the year, don't let those benefits go unused. You don't want to wait to use your deductible. Act now to make the most of it with Sleep Better Columbus. Call Sleep Better Columbus today at 800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com. Once again, that number, 800-MORE-SLEEP or sleepbettercolumbus.com for your consultation. Sleep better, live better, you've earned it.
We are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 million acres of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit outdoorstewards.org.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities. And most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. The very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
Bobby's knees hurt from doing battle with some of football's toughest warriors. Tito's knees hurt from begging Bobby to let him host this show.
Oh, pick me! Oh, I know, me!
This is Morning Juice.
Do you need a bank that values local businesses in this town and wants the opportunity to work alongside them as partners? Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area and will help you reach your goals. Whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them in person at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Bob, the old man on Saturday gave everyone a gift if they would have listened to it, and Bill Bender mentioned this, that Lee Corso picked 6 games.
Yeah, nailed it.
You know who
State,
else was on fire
who's that?
the weekend?
Oh,
yeah,
Highness.
Our boy.
Telling you, he nailed again.
Coach,
I exchanged some text
messages
with
living
him.
in a penthouse.
That guy, right? He hit all 4 of his. Because I asked him, because he said he'll give you Saturday picks. He sent me the 4 picks he made, and he hit all 4 of them. It was amazing. Amazing. And he had a video out there to go with it. Bob, Corso.
You can't hide greatness.
I'm telling you, you can't hide
You
highness.
put it in South Park, though, apparently.
Corso had Ohio State, Tennessee, Florida State, LSU, South Carolina, Miami, all winning. If you would have listened to Mr. Corso and put $100 on a 16 parlay,
$100
just on money line, or put a $25 bill down, like your Highness would do, But if you put $100
if you
on
hop on the right foot and do the wrong thing,
you would have won $8,702 if you listen to Corso on that one. Pretty impressive. But now you can just listen to Your Highness when we have him on sporadically going forward. Okay, Bobby, the rest of the college football landscape. Penn State won 46-11. We had the LSU 17-10 over Clemson, Georgia over Marshall 45-7, Oregon routed Montana State 59-13. We know about the Florida State 31-17 win over Bama, Arizona State over Northern Arizona, Michigan 34, New Mexico 17, Florida 55-0 over Long Island, SMU 42-13 over East Texas A&M. Among the other games, Kansas State damn near got beat by North Dakota to start off 0-2. They won that one 38-35.
Oh, they came back and won?
Yeah, they came back and won.
I'd say this is going to be bad. This might be a Florida State situation.
Exactly.
You go there, you lose in Dublin, and your season just falls apart.
Avery Johnson's dad would have just started fighting everybody.
Oh, are you kidding me? Yeah. I bet his brother was like had PTSD worried about that during that game going on. But out of when you look at those games, those teams that won and teams that lost, I mean, the Alabama one shocked me because but then again, Florida State's gonna zig when you zag or whatever. Because Florida State last year I thought was gonna win the ACC.
Castellano said they ain't got Nick to save him anymore.
Yeah, Nick to save. Yeah. By the way, good call by him. That was it was good.
They destroyed Alabama at the line of
scrimmage. They beat them up front. That's what I was impressed with
for 4 quarters.
You look. I don't remember ever seeing an Alabama team look like that in the last 20 years, whatever it's been. But is Kalen DeBoer in trouble, Bob?
What do you mean? Is he in trouble?
Well, how hot is that
Coach,
seat right now?
I think there were people that were probably outside. You think, there might have been people throwing bricks through his window.
Oh, I'm sure he's in danger. Yes, crystal clear. But Bob, is what I'm saying is that do you really think that Alabama could make a coaching change after 2 years if they miss the playoffs again?
Yes. Here's the thing, and it's funny. I don't know. I follow this message board heroes or whatever.
Message board geniuses.
Genius. It's great. And someone was like, Nick said, college football's a mess. If Nick would have stayed, he would have fixed this because he would have built this huge NIL pot, and then he would have won 10 more national championships in a row, and they would have had to just change the rules because of Nick and put guidelines around everything. I'm like, and Joel Klatt has joked about this. He's like, it's amazing now that NIL is real, how much better the northern schools have gotten.
Yes.
He's like, I'm not saying that they
Shane
were
Gillis said it to Nick Saban on game day last year.
No, he didn't say it to Nick Saban. He said it to Alabama Jones.
That's true.
There's a difference there, Bodie. And Saban got mad at that, but it's kind of ironic how all of the northern schools have gotten better since you're actually able to pay players under the rules now and guidelines. And by the way, you realize which schools have the most money and who has the ability to do these things and operate like this. Alabama doesn't have a ton of cash. And people will fight with me on this all day. I go, look at the state.
Yeah.
Look at the people that go there. I'm not going to besmirch Alabama, but I've driven through it a lot and top to bottom, and there ain't a whole lot there. And there's no industry, and there's this and that. So I don't know if they have the financial wherewithal right now to fire him. Florida State's not a wealthy program. They're talking about Mike Norvell. Did they fire him and everything? And part of it is they've got 2 or 3 boosters, the Spanx ladies from there. They've got a handful of people that care a lot. And when
the Spanx clothing, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know if it was something different. Go ahead.
That's okay. I mean, I know I love where your mind's going with that.
It's because your mind takes me there, Bobby.
That's Spanx with an X.
I know what I'm saying. Well, again, it still could be that also. It doesn't matter. It could also be that. That's fine.
Absolutely.
That's fine.
But it's just, if you're going to fire somebody now in college football, and this is the first year of the revenue sharing, and I've had conversations with a lot of administrators throughout college football and people that cover the pro sport very closely. And they said last year, that was the first year there hadn't been an SEC coach fired in a long time.
Right.
I don't know how many years, it'd been a number. And they're like, well, you think about this. To hire a new coach and fire and hire a coach, you're hitting them with a buyout. Let's just say $25-30 million on their buyout if they have number of years left.
Right.
Then you're going to have to pay the new coach, probably more than you're paying the old coach, if you want somebody that's, quote, better, perceived to be better. So then you're going to be guaranteeing, get on the hook for, I don't know, let's go 7 years, $85, $90 million. And so that money's got to come from somewhere. Oh, by the way, now this is the first year where $20 million of your revenue that you're able to then allocate to operating expenses, coaches, all that stuff, that goes to players now. So you're talking like this. It's a 9-figure situation to fire a coach and hire a new one. Plus, you're $20 million in the hole from where you were before. So they're trying to still figure out this new revenue sharing model and what this looks like in the modern age of college football.
Buckeye Frank brought up in the chat, he thinks that the buyout was $70 million. I looked up, I think it's $63 million. If it's on December 1st, 2025, they get rid of him then or after. It's $63 million is the buyout for Kalen DeBoer. So,
are you surprised it's gone as bad as it has, as quickly as it has? So am I.
Well,
because I mean, he took Washington to the national championship game 2 years ago. And I know expectations were always going to be impossible following Nick Saban. Literally impossible.
They lost to Vanderbilt
and
got their butt beat
and got whooped by Oklahoma.
Yeah,
like a bad Oklahoma team too.
Yes,
maybe Florida State's. I mean, I would say better this year. They can't be any worse than last year. The way
they won
teams.
2. They could have lost them all.
True. Maybe they'll win at least 3 this year. That means they'll be better. Maybe they are truly like a pretty good team, though. The way they can teams can flip over in the portal.
Right.
I wouldn't roll that out. But I'm guessing they're probably not going to go 11-1 either.
No one's confusing them with Ohio State.
Exactly. And they got whooped at the line of scrimmage.
Up front, they had a 3-man rush and they were getting sacks. I was like, what is going on here? So I thought this year, because the one thing that I did that I always try to take into account is assistants matter. And Grubb went to Seattle last year.
Yeah.
He's back on Alabama now. He's back with DeBoer. And so you have your offensive guru quarterback. Last year they were complaining because they had a quarterback who, while he was really athletic, he could move, you didn't have a guy that was a pocket passer. And so now it's like we got Ty Simpson. This guy's really good. He can sit in the pocket. He can throw, make all this stuff. He's pretty athletic and can do some things. But you know what? This is the type of quarterback we want. And then you watch them yesterday. Is it? And then you watch them yesterday, or you're like, they're not. Or Saturday, they're not very good at all. Like they have massive issues, and some of their losses, like you said, if they beat that Oklahoma team, they're in the playoff, and it's not really a conversation.
Right? Yeah.
Things are a lot different, but they didn't. They went there to a 6-6 Oklahoma team basically and got smoked. You didn't lose on some fluky call.
Yeah, they got
with bad targeting, catch, no catch, missed field goal. You got your butt beat. You didn't lose now granted, it was in Tallahassee, and so that matters. But
didn't last year.
You were a 14.5-point favorite.
Yeah.
And you lost by 14. You're like, I was listening to some of the people as I was driving in this morning on the ESPN overnight, and like,
that'd be the new.
That wouldn't be ESPN overnight anymore.
Oh yeah, I guess. Well, it wasn't on here. I was listening next time.
Okay.
And they're, they were. This is still Florida State. I'm like, dude, they were a 2-10 team last year.
And they weren't a competitive 2-10 team.
They were getting
terrible.
beat up, and so you're telling me that same team who was a 2-touchdown dog played your team and beat you by 2 touchdowns. That's a 28-point swing. If you took the points in that, you're like, holy crap, we won by 28. I mean, that's the gambling lines. I don't put a ton of, it's not everything, but there is a reason why those numbers are set. And they're usually set pretty darn close to what the final score looks like. And you're telling me that was it? That's what you put out there? And you looked disjointed on offense in the second half, to say the least.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I kept thinking it was a different team wearing Alabama's uniform, but
it's like Scooby-Doo. They pulled the mask off.
Right, that's right. Yes, but
I watched all that crap last year with Ryan Day and the John Cooper crap and all that nonsense. They unmasked, dude. I think Kalen DeBoer is a good coach. I think he just might not be a good coach for Alabama.
That's something Kalen DeBoer, right? I wanted to ask you about that, Bob, because whenever something like this happens, it's too early to call it a catastrophic hiring. We can call it a questionable hiring.
We've taken, I would say this, the catastrophic ramp has been exited. Now there's a chance to get off of it.
Okay.
But we're starting to drift down that path.
Yes. Okay. So, and I know, Bobby, I've said this a million times on different shows, but it just, again, when something like this happens, it gives me a better appreciation for what Ohio State has done.
They've never missed. It's like LeVar. It's like they had LeVar Ball as their AD, picking coaches. Never lost. Never lost.
And God love him, great man, did a lot of great things for the program. But since 1951, Cooper's been the
I'll say this.
worst hire. He's
in the College Football Hall of Fame.
Right, fantastic coach. I'm saying
if your worst hire is a College Football Hall of Famer,
yes, then you've done
if
very well.
If peeing your pants is cool, then consider me Miles Davis.
I just pointed at you again, Bob. I'm pointing at you a lot today, Bob. I apologize for that.
I don't know why you're.
It's aggressive.
It's fine. Okay. I'm going to get a cigar cutter and cut your finger off one day.
Content. That'd be great. You talk about getting some digital hits there.
Listen, some people are talking about eating maple glazed donuts. We're talking about cutting fingers off.
No offense. Bob, who needs the win more this weekend? Michigan or host Oklahoma? Who needs it? And I'm trying to take my Big Ten bias out of it kind of thing, and I'm looking at it like, what program needs to win that game more? I think Oklahoma needs to win it more.
I don't think it's Oklahoma. I think it's
Venables.
Brent Venables.
Okay.
Bodine hit it on the head. He went 10-4 his first year. The last 2 years, they've won about 10 combined.
Yeah.
Like, Bob Stoops went 25 years.
Right.
Or not 25. He was there like almost 20.
Yeah.
I forget what the number was. He never had a losing season in like 19 years. And then you do that. Like, people want Ryan Day wasn't bad hire, not good. No. What are we talking about? Yeah. He's not won double-digit games. Call up Alabama.
People who think Ryan Day's a bad hire.
Call up Lincoln Riley over there. Like,
literally must watch zero other college football. I'm sorry. Just
I know.
like
all last week did was confirm it. I'm like, well, we just beat the number one team in the country. One of my favorite things to do, Bodie, is when I leave the stadium, is my kids, they want to talk about the game. I go, we'll talk about it, but we're going to wait till we get back to the tailgate, get our bikes. I just want to listen to what people are saying as they walk out. And I'm trying to.
Only 14 points.
Exactly. Felt like could have probably done more on offense. Yeah. Really didn't seem kind of like a conservative game plan. Could have opened it more. And I'm just thinking to myself, and not that the AP and coaches know everything, but I'm like, this was the consensus number one team in the country. And you were up by 14. They had not scored a point with 3 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah.
What are we complaining about? Like, it wasn't like that was Akron. That was Texas.
I mean, Paul Feinbaum had Texas blowing Ohio State out.
Significantly better.
Yes.
More talent. Like, championship, I think it was a national championship hangover is what he said.
Look, Sarkisian has gotten out-coached by Day, or Texas staff out-coached by Ohio State staff, however we're going to put it. Last year, when they played, both teams had experienced quarterbacks, and Ohio State beat them. This year, both had inexperienced quarterbacks, and Ohio State beat them again. That says something. That tells us something about Ryan Day. And, Bob, I don't know. You interact with people a lot that are Ohio State fans, more than I do. If someone comes up to you and is having a conversation with you, and they say they don't think Ryan Day is the right guy, I think Ryan Day should have been fired, whatever, how hard do you punch them in the face?
Don't be an idiot.
Say I respectfully disagree. I respectfully don't.
But anyway,
Michael gave me the best advice I ever heard. Don't be an idiot.
No, Bob, my life. Can we say you don't respect? You disrespectfully disagree.
I do now, but I'll say with all due respect, because that means then you can say whatever you want.
That's right. No offense.
Afterwards, no offense.
No offense meant.
But it's just and like listen, there's in the chat. We need to get better on offense. I'm not disagreeing with that. Two things can be true. You won a game the way you needed to win it. You had 4 drop passes.
Right.
Running game needs to improve a little bit.
Yep.
There's some really good signs that I saw.
Hey, the line protected Sayin really well.
I thought the line protected well. I thought the line did some really good things in run blocking. There were some times it could have been better.
2 penalties, no turnovers.
Very clean game.
Yeah.
With how they operated. I think you'll get a chance to maybe start to see a little Bo Jackson here.
Ooh.
He didn't carry.
No, I don't
I don't remember him.
He didn't get a carry. I don't think he got in. I think he's someone that could maybe be a game changer on that. But also, I think Carlos Loughlin wanted to get him in. But part of it is you start looking like it's a really tight game.
Yeah.
It's not an offensive game. Is it worth trying to put in a true freshman running back who could potentially,
if he makes a mistake,
blow a protection, fumble to put the ball on the ground? Like, if we don't turn it over and make any catastrophic errors, you're probably going to win the game. That's not the time to start experimenting.
And same thing with saying,
yes.
right? Why, don't put him in a position to lose the game.
This team is going to look a lot different.
He didn't need to go win it.
The team, what you saw today is a lot different 30 days from now.
And that's exactly what I was going to say, Tito. We have to start kind of remembering with this 12-team playoff to look at college football kind of like you do the NFL.
Yeah, how good are you in December?
Exactly. You can't go out and lose 2-3 games in the first 6 weeks of the season, obviously. But if a month from now Baltimore's 2-2, are you going to look at the Ravens and be like, they're cooked?
Yeah,
right.
No,
of course not.
No.
So it's like, what? And, goes for the loser, too. If you're a Texas fan, which I know we probably don't have a ton of those listening to us, but it's like,
they'll be fine.
It's okay. Like, you guys are really...
You lost to Ohio State on the road.
By 7 points, and Manning left some plays on the field. He's played 3 games now, I think it was, right? Played 2 last year.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Starting-wise, yeah. It's a long season, man. Like, I know you're...
If I'm Texas, I look at this similarly to when Ohio State lost to Oregon last year. You went on the road against a really good team. You didn't play your best, and you were still in the game at the end.
Yeah.
Like, you had a chance to win. And there's some things you need to cleaned up. But there's nothing there that, if I'm Sark, that I see that is unsolvable. Like, Alabama, there's some questions there. Like,
they might.
When you have dudes getting beat in one-on-one pass rush, that's a bad situation. There was nothing there for Texas that was unsolvable. If I'm them, hey, we lost to a really good team on the road in a close game. Like, maybe we'll play them again. I mean, that's how you look at it now. Let's go out. We got to get better. Same thing with Ryan Day. He's not saying, hey, we were perfect.
Yeah.
Especially on offense. There's some things we need to get better. We left some plays out there, but we have also 3 months to work through this stuff and to continue to improve.
What's amazing about it, too, I know we got to get to the break here, but like the fact that they had this game plan coming in and they stuck with it.
Yeah.
And it worked. You know what I mean? It got the W. Like, if they would come in and said, we want to be conservative, and fall behind big and they've got to scrap it, I'd feel differently. But the fact that they had this game plan coming in and it worked. And now these next 3 weeks, you got Grambling, you got OU,
Ohio University,
then you got the bye before you play on the road to Washington. You're going to see them open it up a lot more.
Washington.
Washington, I'm sorry, I forgot the R. I always forget to pronounce the R in that one. I thought it was a silent R. But they've got the next couple of games and then the bye week to get all these different things they can work on the offense some more. Now they've got tape against a damn good Texas team that they can go back and look at.
By the way, someone just threw this out here, and I want to make sure because we have not said his name yet. And there was a lot of questions coming in about Brian Hartline and his ability to call a game.
Yeah.
I thought he did a great job calling a game, given the fact, like I just mentioned, identifying situation,
right?
How we're going to play it, how we're going to call it, what we're going to do, running, like getting in 14 personnel, getting under center, running the ball on the goal line. Hart did a great job managing that. And like 2 coordinators, first game, first time quarterback starting, redshirt fresh. Like there's a lot of questions that you could have had there, and they answered a lot of them against a great team right off the jump.
They sure did. Yep. Kudos to Hartline on that one. Matt Patricia as well, and what they were able to accomplish out there in this Buckeye team. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch this season. Coming up next, we'll tell you what's got us juiced. Morning Juice.
Once there was a man who couldn't stand.
A mom who couldn't wait.
A scientific community that said it couldn't be done.
And then you.
And then I.
And then we.
Brought neuromuscular disease into screaming color with the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
For 75 years, our voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
We've willed the impossible into existence.
We've pushed the science,
raised the funds,
shifted the narrative,
and transformed the reality of life with neuromuscular diseases.
For 75 years, we've built communities together.
Established the field of neuromuscular medicine,
and made it thrive.
Call that a legacy.
Call it impact.
Call it momentum.
Just call it ours.
Because it's the generations of community heroes that give MDA the strength we have today.
And until neuromuscular disease is a thing of the past, You couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
Some journeys start small, with small pause and big purpose.
Look how little fly, you sweet girl.
Every great partnership begins with the first step.
Bella, let's go.
Guiding them through the world so one day they can guide someone through life. With shared experience, confidence grows, and the path becomes clear. It takes time, patience, and love. But the reward lasts a lifetime.
Hey, good girl, Bella.
You don't just raise a puppy. You raise a future. Become a Dogs Inc. puppy raiser. Give a dog a purpose. Give someone hope.
Learn more at dogsinc.org.
My son Ian was diagnosed with a brain tumor at the age of 16 months. The outlook was pretty rough. I mean, it was, we had no hope until St. Jude rescued us. I mean, they saved him. To this date, we are 12 years into this journey, and from day one, we've never once seen a bill. It gave us the peace of mind to know that we're there with our son, and we're gonna beat cancer together. Now, he is doing really, really well. He's alive because of what St. Jude has done. He's here because of the doctors who came before, their blood, their sweat, their tears, the knowledge accumulated and shared, with everyone else around the world. This is how we get rid of this, how we help kids beat cancer all over. It's the future.
Together, we will make cures possible for every child everywhere. Learn more at stjude.org.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Final segment of the program. Bob, there have been some poor decisions made in history. And I think that we're questioning one of them. We'll talk about it later on. There may be a decision that was made, and we'll talk about that later on. It's got to do with a certain guest. But
the question is, do you like more money or less money?
I know. Is he Jeremy Lin, or is he?
Don't ever listen. Sometimes Abraham Lincoln would always say a lot of people miss opportunities in life because it's dressed in overalls and looks like work.
Right.
Sometimes you miss an opportunity because of how it's the vehicle in which it's delivered. All right?
Yeah.
And maybe it doesn't seem like one that would have the good information, but it actually is.
Yeah.
You missed the diamond because I hand Bodie a cinder block sized coal.
Brody.
Right, I missed Brody, but I give you the cinder block piece of coal, and you don't realize the Hope diamond is actually on the inside. Yeah. All right? Some people would rather just me hand them $1.
Bovo went home disappointed. Let's tell you what's got us juiced.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Billiards Plus. Find your next grill and everything you need for the master griller. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
It's Monday meeting day. I know that means, Bob, you go first.
What am I juiced about? My goodness, what a weekend of college football. And I know, Brody, the last night wasn't exactly how you would have wanted it. I wanted Marcus to win, believe me. I was
me too.
Pulling for it, and that last touchdown before the half, that was a dagger to the heart, and it turned out to be the difference. But it was a great game down to the end. They battled back. Ohio State's victory. Watching Alabama lose to Florida State, I don't know why I got almost as much satisfaction out of that as I did out of the Ohio State-Texas game. But just unbelievable football. The LSU Clemson game, tremendous.
Even stupid Brian Kelly.
Your guy BK.
Damn it! What a bad weekend for Brody.
Your guy BK getting the big dub. But they were all like really good games. Like watching them, they were very entertaining.
Nussmeyer can sling it, man.
He can. And they've got like they've just been good. It was a lot of good football.
Yeah.
I'm hoping tonight that old Billy.
Oh yeah.
Billy Belichick and TCU the Horned Frogs and the Tar Heels, two of the iconic mascots in all of sport, can provide us some other great entertainment. Awesome to see. Heartline, you get a bouquet. Matt Patricia, you get a bouquet. Ryan Day, you're getting a bouquet. Like, everybody, they played really well. It was a good complimentary game. Yes. Does the offense want to improve? Absolutely. Did they sit there and go over it with a fine-tooth comb yesterday? I'm sure they did. Defensively, there's plays that could have been more plays that could have been made. Hell, they dropped another interception twice. Like, there were plays that were out there, but Ross Bjork, you get a bouquet, man. The in-game environment for noon was awesome. Even though Fox, we've had our differences, their handling of the Corso situation was tremendous. I thought ESPN, Ohio State, way to give Lee the send-off that he deserved. ESPN, great job. By the way, my dude and whatever the hell his name was for the Buckeyes who nailed the $250,000 kick from McAfee.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sophomore,
They would have beat Michigan last year if that kid was out there.
Exactly. That's why I joked. I was like, Ryan might sign him up. That thing was dead straight and had about 20 more yards on it. You know, you got Kirk's dog taking a dump over there on the side.
Yeah.
And McAfee through manure or all great things grow. Like, it was so good. His sell of it. Then when I got a chance, we went down to our place in the Ohio River, was hanging around there yesterday. Had a great time doing that. Got back up here for the game. Excited for a beautiful Labor Day. By the way, Ohio, way to come strong with the weather.
Yes.
It's been great. It's like San Diego. Ooh. It's dry. It's sunny.
It's also short-lived.
It's short-lived. But you know what? We've had about 6 of those days in a row. So just try to really, really drink them up. And then my guy Schlegs, who I know is super juiced about a million things, Bodie. Let's hear what he's got to be juiced about.
I would be maniacal. I would be fanatical. Box him out the gym. Toughness. Rebound coach. I mean, I'm only 6'1". Never played basketball, but I was a wrestler. I don't know if that helps. But I tell you what, I can watch film and dissect how to box people out.
The rebound coach.
A little juiceless this morning, guys. I had a bad feeling heading into last night's game. I don't know what it is, but by God, when we go down to South Beach and play in Miami, things just do not go very well. And from the onset, we just did not play very well. Was juiced, though, about the fact that if everybody else can kind of get their heads out of their rear ends, that if everybody starts playing the way CJ Carr did play last night, we might be onto some things there. So I'm not, poo-pooing the rest of the season, although this Texas A&M game next weekend is going to stress the ever-living hell out of me because, frankly, you have to find a way to win that game now or else you're going to be 0-2, and that's not going to be a very fun time. But what does have me juiced is I'm about an hour and a half away from a nap, and I am very, very tired.
So if you need a pick-me-up,
I am looking forward to that.
If you need a pick-me-up, Bodie, just go to Netflix and find America's Team, the Gambler and his Boys, and you put that bad boy on.
Nothing picks me up like looking forward to getting even less sleep Thursday night because that game, I mean, what is that, 8:15 kickoff, give or take? Last night was 7:30. I use air quotes because it kicked off probably 7:45.
Yeah.
But, yeah, at least that'll be Friday, though, so I can go home and just sleep all day before going right back to bed Friday night. But, yeah, a little juiceless this morning, but it's just a game, Tito. There's sometimes you're watching it, and I just want to throw myself off my third-story floor. And then they start talking about, during one point in the game, they showed CJ Carr's mom, and they were talking about how she had lost one of her sons when he was just 5 years old to pediatric brain cancer. And I was like, no matter what happens tonight, it's just a football game, man.
It's a great perspective, though.
It is. But beat A&M, that's also very important, too. Not the most important thing, but it's important. Tito, go you juice, sir.
Last night, look, back up a little here. When Detroit was playing in the NFC Championship game last year, that the big lead and blew it? NFC Championship
that was
game, right?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
In San
Francisco.
Francisco.
All right, you get San Francisco right. 2 years ago, they're playing that game. Detroit's up huge. There's no way in hell they're going to lose that game, right? I texted Stringbean and said, congrats on your Lions getting to the Super Bowl. He said, yeah, it's long overdue, whatever. We saw what happened then. Last night.
Did he say what channel's the game on?
He said, I'm busy checking the weather. Last night, when Carr ran in, I thought, for sure, Notre Dame's now going to win this game. I'm going to text Bodie, and I didn't. Because I didn't want to have that jinx happen but it still happened anyway. But anyway, so Bodie,
I was beginning to wonder if there was some magic in the air in that stadium, considering that's where we beat Penn State back in January. When Carr ran that in after finding Raritan wide open, I was like, oh my God. It's just like Great House 9 months ago. Let's do this.
Yes.
And then the defense said, nah, we're good.
The Ohio State game, obviously, the weekend had me juiced, Bob. And, Heather was out there and said that it was, she said, because we were at Oregon last year, 65,000 seat stadium. That was one of the loudest atmospheres we've been in for college football. And that includes all of our Ohio State games we've been to. Now, you said the Tennessee game was off the charts last year.
So good.
Heather said this game.
Like cocaine right into your vein.
Heather said this game. I'm so glad you said vein instead of something else. But this game, Bob, how was it compared to Tennessee as far as the atmosphere goes?
It's tough because
night game.
Yeah. But it was loud. And like the Jets, dude, we were riding our bikes in.
Yeah.
As the Jets came humming through there. Like anytime I can get a flyover, man, I'm a sucker for that. And it was loud. And
do you do the Tom Cruise thing on the flyover, like when he's on the motorcycle? Do you like do this?
Fist bump as I'm riding my Trek bike.
You're a Blue Angel now, yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah. Get me right here. Right. Scoop me up. But also one of the other things, kudos, Buckeye leaves. One of the cool things they did, for the
that's what Emily
start.
All the
Emily put in the chat,
Buckeye
and that's
leaves.
true. The virtual Buckeye leaves. They have four procedure penalties. That was awesome. It was awesome, and that goes to show like how good the environment was.
Is it sustainable
for Grambling?
I'm not saying no. No, wait. No, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, wait. This is what I'm saying. No, wait. This is what I'm saying.
You could probably have 200,000 people there. It probably wouldn't be that loud.
Because there was a lot of comments about the decisions the school and Ross Bjork made about changing the game day environment to make some subtle changes to it.
I thought the bells on third down were awesome too.
Okay, but I'm curious. So, is this something? Do you think that? I know Grambling and OU will not be the same environment. I totally get that. It won't have the same importance and all of that.
I'm hoping.
But do you think, though, that going forward, because I wonder if this was something that flipped the switch for Buckeye fans. Like if Buckeye fans were there.
I think they had all offseason to embrace it. They tried to move it. Texas wasn't going to. Fox was this and that. And I think everybody kind of leaned in, just like Tennessee.
Yeah.
I always say when you challenge Ohioans, like they will rise to the level that they need to. And they did against Tennessee when it was supposed to be, Knoxville North and everything else. And hell, there was probably 30% of the stadium, and it was crazy loud because the people that were there cared. And so I think the same thing happened with this, where, hey, it's a noon game. It's not as good as we would like it.
Right.
But we're going to go show everybody this is still going to be a great place to play a game.
Real quick, was there a lot of Texas fans there? Because it didn't look like it on TV.
There weren't a ton.
But the red and orange kind of.
Yeah, the scarlet. I thought the scarlet out hit. Like everybody was in the scarlet.
I didn't realize
the towels look like
the towels are great. Yeah. My kids, I was like, hey, wear your red. It's a scarlet out. Like, let's put them on. And so we all did that. And there was a handful. I saw them walking around, but it wasn't
decent amount. But
it wasn't near Tennessee level. I don't think many people. You got to think too. Knoxville's like 5 hours.
Yeah.
There was a number of people I think that came up. Just like when Georgia played at Notre Dame. Texas hadn't played here in 20
That place was half red.
Texas hadn't played here in 20 years.
Yeah.
And that was the first time they had 20 years ago. So I think there was a lot of people.
Yeah.
And even like Glenn Powell, which I learned he's a Texas fan, but his dad went to Ohio State.
Yeah.
And that was awesome.
Did you meet him or not?
No, I didn't go I got there I got there as the game was starting.
I got you. But I'm curious to see. And I don't believe not to believe what the crowd will be like. If it be similar to this when Penn State comes in November 1st.
I think it will be.
I can't wait for that one. All right. Juicers, thank you so much in the chat for chiming in today. Thank you to Bill Bennett for joining us here on Labor Day, folks. It's the college ball's here now. NFL starts this week to be a great week to be a Buckeye. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Morning Juice.
Wow, that nagging joint pain. You know the one. Sometimes it's from maybe years of hard work. Sometimes it's just an old injury that never healed right. I know I've got plenty of those. Either way, it's been calling the shots in your life for far too long. But that stops right now. Hey, Bobby Carpenter here, and QC Kinetics is here in Columbus to flip the script. Dr. Walkoff and his team are going to use regenerative medicine, just like I got, advanced cellular treatments that will help your body heal itself. It's going to restore the damaged tissues. It's not a cover-up for it. It's not pills, it's not scalpels, it's long-term lasting relief. So you don't have to operate your life around the pain anymore. QC Kinetics, no surgery, no drugs, no downtime.
just smarter and natural ways to heal your body. Make sure you bring your MRI, bring your x-rays. They'll tell you if you're a good candidate. The consultation is free. So just call QC Kinetics at 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. Or visit them at qckinetics.com/Columbus.
You know a thing or two about the moments in life that matter. You've seized those moments to embrace joy, accomplish great things, and build meaningful relationships. Is it time now to sit back and reflect on a life well lived? Maybe. Or maybe there's more to be done. Maybe this is the most important moment you've encountered yet. By volunteering with AmeriCorps Seniors, you can seize the moment, lend a hand, and get back more than you give. We connect you to local volunteer organizations with opportunities that fit your schedule and match your interests. Through AmeriCorps Seniors, you can support people in times of need and make your community stronger. You can become a companion to your older neighbors, brightening their days with friendship. You can even become a mentor for young people, serving as a role model and enriching their lives. Are you ready to seize your moment? Visit AmeriCorps.gov/yourmoment and get started today.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org. You might just bring a